Here we are, just in time for another episode of Mumamo, which in these parts means Mutants Masterminds Monday. It's where we talk about the world's only superhero TTRPG, known to man. Listen, it's not my fault. I'm part of the solution. People getting upset in chat, in the comments and in chat saying, that's just, what are you even, I'm just like, I don't even know why they get so incensed. But look who's in chat. We've got Devious is here. Of course, Devious said first. Tempo coming in with the second. David Bullock, I think, is a third. And says, I sense a need to demand more art from Troy. Oh, well, I am a great artist. Don't Kill My Character, fourth place. Paul Rua, good to see you, my friend.
Troy made a very excellent bumper sticker during our developer workshop.
I did. It was a fun one. It was for a local radio station. Wood.
Yeah.
Wood FM.
WOD Pinewood.
That's right. That's right. Let's see. On time with Sorcery Assist. King Snarf. King Snarf is just being, taking liberties with his attitude because he's got a hero point coming today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the heroes always get really, really cocky when you give them all those heroes.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Exactly.
They feel like they're immune.
Hey, speaking of heroes, two of my heroes. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
You are a member of my fantastic family. I would say a chosen family. Today we're talking about Fantastic Families on the cusp of the Fantastic Four release.
Indeed.
And, it's a great topic. What if it's a good, why is everybody so shocked? Everybody's like,
whether we're on time?
Right?
Yikes.
Sometimes we like to keep you on your toes. You have us
We do.
like on one of your like background tabs and you're like all like, oh yeah, I've got plenty of time. And we just like to jump right out there and get things started to see if you're paying attention.
One of my favorite moments where people go, yeah, whoa. Because
no matter what, we have family dinner at 6 p.m. on Mondays.
That's
right.
That's right. And if we're late, it's your fault. But you get to do the dishes anyway. Let's see.
It's like my mom is here.
Oh yeah, Cooperative Waffle says like and subscribe. Yeah, absolutely, everybody.
Yeah.
Regardless of where
Please
you are. Take the wise words of one Cooperative Waffles, and
I love that Cooperative Waffles implies there's combative waffles, and that I'm not ready for that breakfast experience.
I wasn't either, but I've come to terms.
Waffle House, however, is ready for that experience.
That's right. Very.
I think they cater that exclusively.
Very true. Let's see. I'm looking at the chat. Apook says happy Mumamo super fam. Yeah, we're all kind of super fam. It is again King Snarf's subject. He mentioned this so many months ago.
Yes.
When we did our almost 3 months, guys, almost 3 months ago, which means very soon. If not, I need to look at the calendar, but I think it's in August.
We're coming up on our planning meeting.
We do our planning meeting. And what that is, friends, is everyone gets together, you bring your ideas, and we do it live. We just plop it right in the calendar, live and in person. And then invariably, by the time we get to your suggestion, we've forgotten what it meant. And then we make it up as we go. So that's kind of
pretty much.
Yeah. But this one was very clear because we had a movie coming, and the super family dynamic is a really fun one to play out.
It is.
And King Snarf, yeah. So you do get a hero point, a real life hero point, though. We give them out like crazy. Basically, what it means is you can win a real life argument or retcon a situation. If you're like, oh, if only I would have said this one thing, and you can go back in time and do that thing. We just don't recommend that you eat it or digest it in any fashion. And your mileage may vary. But yeah, it'll appear somehow, some way. You'll know it when it arrives. Yeah. So okay. So the family dynamic is, and we are talking about it. It strikes me that there's a difference, especially if we're looking at it through the lens of the Fantastic Four. That this is beyond like siblings.
Yep.
This two people. This is beyond like a bad brother and a dad that's good, or that kind of thing. And we're looking at a whole family, which can also include your chosen family.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
So
it doesn't have to be the nuclear family, but it does have to be irradiated because they're superheroes.
Right, in some way.
Right.
Yeah. Do we have a? That's great. Paul Ruiz says, I do have a Waffle House based hero in the Aegis Files. Waffle House Joe and Roscoe, the fighting chicken. That's nice. I like that.
That chicken is fighting mad, and he's not going to take it anymore.
Yeah, well, Nate mentions spouse tropes, and I think this means at least one child, like like you could be. I mean,
possibly,
it's just just a married couple, regardless of their configuration. Let's see, is that a family by this discussion or definition?
Well, I think that because as you were saying, we're talking about found family and chosen family, as well. I think that anything, if they have decided they are a family, they're a family.
Fair enough.
So far as that goes, whether or not it necessarily involves a romantic couple or triad, or however many are involved in the romantic relationship. It can be all kinds of different family relationships. In Freedom City, the Atom family are all siblings, basically, except for their, sort of mentor and, kind of foster dad, but the rest of them, it's just all 4 siblings, who are making up the family superhero team.
Yeah, of course, Devious beating us to the punch yet again. Oh, yeah. So, I love Power Pack is a great one.
Power Pack is another great example.
Really, really enjoyed them growing up. But then he mentions the Atom family, of course. I'm not familiar with the Nuclear family.
So the Nuclear family are a collection of androids who are basically designed to be the classic, pipe smoking dad and the blonde wife in her skirt and her pearls and her high heels and their 2 kids and their dog who
I see.
all have weird atomic powers and think they're in a 50s sitcom.
Interesting. Okay,
brought to you from as I recall, Batman and the Outsiders sometime in the 80s, I think.
That is great. Looking here, Nate says Paul Rua is my chosen cousin. Which is great because Paul Rua is my chosen twin brother. So yeah.
I absolutely love Dr. Atom from the Atom family. Also, just the idea of a holographic patriarch who's like, "Here I am. I'm going to be part of family everything forever."
Yep. Pretty much.
There are a couple mention of teams, and one of them being the New Mutants. I kind of agree that they do have a familial bond, and they kind of, whether depending on who sometimes it's Storm, or sometimes it's, it could be anybody kind of playing the father or the mother role. But it definitely feels that way. I do like the idea. I mean, have you played in many or seen many Mutants and Masterminds encounters where everyone was playing a family role?
I've run a one-shot that involved a bunch of characters who were all family members. It was a single dad, 2 daughters, and their pet beaver in Pinewood.
As you do.
And they all lived in the sort of the picturesque suburban pre-built house. their secret headquarters was in the garage where the dad would tinker with things, and the one daughter was the tech genius, and he was a retired superhero technically, but he had the wisdom and the insight for the other two.
Yeah, Don't Kill My Character brings up Umbrella Academy. I definitely, they were raised to be
adopted siblings.
Yeah,
still.
that's right. That's right. Hey, Duke, good to see you. Also, hello to Drama Dork as well. Let's see. The family of the villainous Red Claw from Super Villainous Webcomics, says SC Pilot.
All right.
Red Claw's a supervillain trying to take over the world, as they often are.
Right.
Is great and he's a great dad. Okay, I like that juxtaposition.
Right.
So here's a question. Somebody talked about would the X-Men, I think that was Cooperative Waffles, would the X-Men, when you compare the New Mutants to the X-Men, the New Mutants feel like they're siblings, like they're, but when you get to the X-Men, it doesn't quite feel like family to me anyway. That's just me, but I don't think at first in any event.
Well, I mean, and a lot of folks use the term family, for people in their lives who are very close to them. And on that level, certainly the X-Men are like a family. They are, people who have been in each other's lives for a very long time. They've gone through a lot together. They're very, strongly bonded together, so far as that goes. The trope in the comics definitely does often involve people who have more of some kind of a formal family relationship. Of some sort, as far as that goes. But very close teams over time are going to build up a kind of familial vibe to them.
Yeah, Destin chat says X-Men are usually found family. They 100% count. All right. I'll roll with your ruling, Destin. Go ahead.
And there's that element of the X-Men. A lot of them are outcasted from society or exiled from their biological families, so they have to lean on each other for that support.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, I do. Go ahead. Sorry.
Broadly speaking, the X-Men definitely have much more of a family vibe than, say, the Avengers. Who have much more of a professional colleagues sort of vibe.
Right. Yeah. It is. Comparatively speaking, it does make more sense to me. The X-Men kind of get a little messy. Like family do. Yeah. Let's see. So
bring up the Incredibles, which is the best super family of all time.
Classic super family.
Absolutely. Yeah.
100%. Those are my favorite Fantastic Four movies so far.
Right. Let's see if Marvel can top that.
Okay. Let's just acknowledge. What do we think? They have been so bad, and sometimes on purpose, or whatever, just to kind of maintain the license. There was a lot of, I don't know what going on there. But what do we think? Is it going to be gangbusters? Is it going to be wonderful, or is it going to be?
I mean, I like what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
The trailers are really promising. I love the vibe of it. I love that they decided to just really lean into the 60s. Sort of postmodern, mid-century modern style.
Oh, that's my aesthetic. I love it. Yeah.
As far as that goes. So, beyond that, it's hard to say. I haven't seen much, but I'm more hopeful than I thought I would be. So.
Yeah.
Galactus has a helmet and big feet.
Right. Galactus apparently looks like Galactus. So,
which is great. Yeah. And I'm just hoping that the Thing looks like Thing. I haven't looked at any of the.
Seems to. I mean, what I've seen of it so far, and more importantly, I have to say, I love the actor's voice for him.
Good, because that's a hard one.
He also sounds like him, which is
okay.
Really good.
Yeah, which is important because I know what he sounds like in my head.
And I will honestly say the development of Ben Grimm as a character in recent years has been one of the best things about Fantastic Four.
Yeah. I just
the fact that he is married and a dad, and has a little dog named Princess is just like
the perfect juxtaposition.
Just the perfect juxtaposition of that character.
Paul, I'm with you, my friend. Paul says, I very, very, very much want to love the Fantastic Four, but they don't always make it easy. And when things running around looking like a chewed up piece of gum, I mean, like, it's just wild. Just even a bad color, just the whole thing.
What do we think the over under is on Ben actually saying it's clobbering time in the movie?
Oh, he really. If honestly, if he doesn't, that's a fail. That's
that is a fail.
That's just
he teasing it.
If we don't get it's clobbering time and flame on at least once in the movie, I'm sorry, they're just right there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, honestly, let's see here. Now, Dramaturg mentioned something kind of interesting. So the Bat Family, that works, but most of them don't actually have powers.
That's not required.
Yeah. They've got to be superheroes, and we know how that works here around here. Guardians of the Galaxy, sure. Dustin brings up how that has a kind of that found most certainly, and with some family drama. I mean, well, no, I guess they're adopted sisters, right? Or sort of adopted, I guess.
Yeah.
It's scripted, or however that goes, but excellent. Let's see.
Yeah, I think one of the things that you need for a family feeling in your superhero team is they don't have a lot of other connections outside of their heroes.
Mm-hmm. They're pretty close.
Live at the same place. Yeah.
And that they have a long-term dependency on each other, like families do. You know what I mean? Like that's I think the kind of the thread that. Yes, the classic. It's flamin' time.
It's flamin' time. And I think it's funny when you see the dynamics sort of change. I'm thinking of the Guardians in particular when Rocket and Groot are buddies, and then Rocket sort of becomes Groot's dad when Groot gets turned into a baby.
Right. Yeah. That dependency moment. Right. Yeah.
It's fun playing around with those relationships.
Now, I'm not familiar with this, but David Bullock asks about Easy Company.
So Easy Company is Sergeant Rock's army company in World War II and DC's War comics. And that's a bit more of a sort of Band of Brothers kind of scenario. In some ways, but I mean, sure. I mean, again, a very close group of people who are going to have very strong emotional ties.
Yeah, absolutely. He did Reed Richards. I think it was his son, right? Tempo
Franklin.
Yeah, I remember when Reed Richards shot the depowering gun at his own.
Well, yeah. If we want to go through the long litany of all the times Reed Richards has been kind of a dick, I mean, we'd be here all day.
Right. This isn't a Thanksgiving family episode.
No.
Nice. Yeah, Claude mentions the superhero Shenanigans crew, which is our friends that are doing so many great things on their M&M stream, and with Claude as the GM, but have some major sibling energy.
Yeah, and somebody way back.
I forgot I ran a father and daughter team over there in Pride of Monsters back in June.
Oh, nice.
Hey, fun.
And they were all sort of a found family, too. They all worked at the same nightclub and all worked in some way for the dad who was a god and his daughter who was the storm goddess.
Like you do,
What? Yeah. No, I'm not familiar. Dustin mentions the Flash family. I'm not familiar
with. Well, there are a lot of Flashes these days. It started out where there was two from when they did Flash of Two Worlds, and they established that the Golden Age Flash lived on Earth too and was still around. But then after Barry Allen died and Kid Flash became the Flash, it just sort of steamrolled from there. And now Wally is married and has two superpowered kids, and Barry is back from the dead, and his grandkids from the future are superpowered, and there's a whole lot of them now.
Well, okay,
as far as that goes,
this is a great transition for us because King Snarf mentions this, which is interesting, and I love this notion that that's
shared powers.
Yeah, that dependency between siblings or what have you, and then the notion as well that there's the whole time element. How many children of Wolverine have come from the
right?
So let's talk about the mechanics of it all. The shared power thing to me is very very interesting. How do you even go about making that happen? Like, what are the mechanics behind that?
Well, there are a lot of different ways you can, sort of work it out, but essentially it is kind of a stacked series of flaws
Mm.
that pretty much, say that you're only at peak power under these circumstances that are increasingly rare, which in this case, to use one version of the Shazam family, is if you're the only one using the power, you're the most powerful. If you're splitting the power amongst everybody else,
Mm.
your power goes down increasingly. In M&M terms, basically, you're probably dropping a rank each time you're sharing it. Um, and so when everybody's using the power, you're all powerful, but not as powerful as just one of you doing
Right.
so. Um, so you can do that. You can build the powers that way. You can make use of advantages like holding back an extraordinary effort and those kinds of things to represent the fact that the characters don't go full out all that often, especially if there's a good reason why they don't. um, and kind of treat that as the extraordinary circumstances where they're using their powers.
Yeah, very interesting. So, how would you? I'm thinking about shared powers or powers that at least have a dependency on one on the other, and I'm thinking of
Well,
Cloak
like
and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger, North Star and Aurora,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
who are siblings who have a shared power.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yep.
Tempo mentions, I'm surprised the Invincibles aren't mentioned yet. They're truly a superhero family who may or may not be an allegory for objectivism, maybe.
I don't think I'm familiar with the Invincibles.
I gotta say, are we talking about Invincible and his Viltrumite dad and his various Viltrumite siblings, or is there some other group that I'm not thinking of?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
the Incredibles are translated to the
Or
Invincibles in another country.
could be also
Um,
that.
John Pologic, good to see you, friend. Mentions, what about a power that can only be used
Hmm.
in tandem, such as Dazzler?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another power that has a limit on it that's only works in conjunction with my sibling sort of
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely. Right. But the weird thing, so there's the sibling one, and then the Cloak and Dagger is a little different in that,
Yeah,
right?
Cloak and Dagger's powers are more complementary,
Yeah,
and Cloak has a very particular complication that Dagger can help alleviate,
right.
because her light feeds his darkness, and so they have that again sort of codependent relationship that binds them together. That really, sort of drives some of their dynamic.
Oh, King Snarf mentions Rant and Rave from
Yep.
Freedom City.
Rant and Rave are superpowered siblings who have a shared power, for example.
Right. Are they the Rave kids?
Uh,
Do they? Are they like? They kind of. I thought I remembered
they
seeing
are.
they with the Jinko jeans and the.
Yep.
Love it. Oh, sure, Duke. Yeah. Wonder Twin powers activate.
Yeah. The Wonder Twins, classic example.
Someone's got to carry that bucket of water around.
Somebody's got to.
Captain.
Yeah, go be a dinosaur. I'll be an ice cube again. Have fun.
Right.
I do love how we skirt the edges of great hero stories. Captain Caveman and his son KV Jr.
Right.
He could fly, right? He'd just say Captain Caveman and sort of fly around with his purse first, club first. Jesus.
Yeah. Invincible and his family are a superhero family, but it's not a dynamic you want to replicate either.
Yeah, not a very good. It's a very dysfunctional family, but
yeah,
family nonetheless. Yeah.
Honestly, Omni-Man should be an NPC, not a PC.
Right.
Unless your group is comfortable with that, but
yeah, fair enough.
I'm thinking of a. I haven't seen this yet. I know that there are heroes that have like multiplying powers. They multiply themselves, and they each, kind of that kind of a thing. It would be kind of fun to play that as well. Mystery Incorporated.
Yep.
What Nico brings up. Let's see. There was one that yes, Gene, of course, throwing their vote in for an Astonishing Adventures on the Silver Age Scions. There we go. All right, duly noted, my friend. It's not a Mumamo if Gene's not here to talk about it. Astonishing Adventures.
That's true. That's true.
Scooby and
He's
Scrap.
keeping me in business. I'm here for it.
Absolutely.
So one of the sort of family dynamics that got touched on a way back was also talking about like the legacy sort of families of like you have golden age heroes like the Justice Society, and then you have characters like Infinity Inc., who are all their kids or uh, sidekicks or other sort of younger generation who have known each other since childhood, essentially, and all grew up together, even though they're not related per se. They have an interesting kind of family dynamic because they've known each other their whole lives.
Yeah. Okay, so given the vast M&M library, what are some of the books that would help inform kind of how to architect a super family?
Well, Super Team Handbook does touch on it.
Nice.
As far as that goes. And you could definitely use some of the existing examples from the book, like the Atom Family and the like, as inspiration. Any other good examples come to mind, Alex?
I mean, that was what I was thinking with Super Team Handbook, because
Yeah.
the family dynamic works really well with team roles and sort of mixing and matching things in unexpected ways could be really fun, where you might expect the mom to be the protector or whatever, but what if she's the striker, and just sort of dealing with ideas like that.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. Paul mentions that the upstarts have a great sort of found family vibe.
Oh, I'm not sure. We might be hitting I might be you, Alex. Are you hitting a sound plug-in or something?
Maybe.
But yes. Oh yeah. Okay. Sure. I'll. Not that I'm the only arbiter of this kind of thing, but sure. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of siblings in a lot of
with
ways. I mean
Splinter
they have that kind of dynamic.
Yeah, I'll accept. Oh, the Agouls, like Ra's al Ghul and Frank al Ghul and Barbara al Ghul. Super Team Handbook is one of my characters, Fortress America, who is a cousin of Cinnamon Sticks, the Candy Crew. Oh, the Candy Crew. Right.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, that is true. Tempo, you're absolutely right. Yeah, weren't they just regular turts, and then they all kind of
got bathed in that radioactive goo.
Right. Hero High. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Paul. That's great. Excellent.
Yeah,
Okay.
lots of dynamics in there.
Nice. Excellent. So, I wonder, for a long-term campaign, I wonder if the family dynamic wears a little thin.
I think it can, and I think it's important to provide some change of pace, adventures, and that kind of thing, so that it's not always about that.
Right. Yeah, and I think about some of the more entertaining tropes. I definitely love the time travel and like for instance, that's the Centurion dynamic, which is really fun and really it kind of fired up my role play, a little bit. Like it was just kind of a fun moment of like, oh no, he can't know or whatever. It was really fun in the.
Yeah, you did that really well, Troy. That was well done. Troy was like, my superhero name is Rampart, not Centuria. Don't tell Centurion who I am.
Right. Although I'm just as kind of in the standard issues Centurion colors and all that, but yeah, super fun.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering, from your perspectives, what are some other fun, interesting dynamics that can play out in the family sort of encounter?
Well, somebody mentioned the black sheep of the family trope. Gene Carone mentioned. That's always fun, where most people get along and they don't butt heads, but there's always one person who knows how to poke everybody's buttons.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually played out pretty well with another with Clandestine from Marvel Comics, which is another superpowered family that has their literal black sheep kind of that looms over the family is actually a family member who's dead at that point when the comic starts, but is somebody who basically was such a like bad seed in the family that it got him killed, and all of the siblings are sort of dealing with that in their own way, and that was an interesting dynamic for them.
I love it. So I'm thinking about this, and I like the Hero High example as well. So I'm going to start now. Everybody, pay attention. It's going to take a minute for this to reach you, but we are going to. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to drop a code into the chat, and it's good for 3 free copies of the PDF for the Super Team Handbook, but only 3, and you can only get one per person. And when I drop that code, it's just whomever gets there first.
All right.
So hopefully folks are paying attention, because I'm dropping it in there now, and you basically will throw that thing in your cart, and you will apply the code, and it will be free for you. That code, of course, Mumamo Family.
Mumamo Family.
Lee.
You gotta, it's a triplet at the end. You gotta force it in there to make the rule.
Right.
I love it.
So Paul mentions, of course, the pressure of living up to a family's legacy, and you have sort of the not the black sheep of the family, but sort of the slacker of the family who always feels like they can't measure up.
Yeah, that's a great.
And that's always an interesting sort of character who turns out to be in Umbrella Academy.
That's what
Vanya's
I'm thinking
character
of.
was like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
The character who thought they didn't have any superpowers, but it turns out to be the most powerful one of them all. That kind of a thing can be a really interesting dynamic.
Yeah, that is a great one, a really good one, and it leaves a lot of a kind of a place for a person to play around. There's a lot of good canvas for them. Yeah, I love that. Some others you think? We talked about future, past, and all that. We talked about the slacker. That's a good one.
Somebody mentioned Encanto is a great take on the super family, which
is.
That's a great.
Oh,
I think Encanto and Umbrella Academy both do a very great job of emphasizing what your order as a sibling, how that messes you up as a person.
Right.
Like the oldest sibling feels like they have to shoulder all the burdens and never complain and always be there for everybody else, and the middle siblings feel ignored. So there's that. The child syndromes, I think, is a great thing to play with from a role playing perspective.
Yeah,
it really is.
All of the different, the older child, middle child, youngest child. That is a lot of fun.
Right. The other family trope that's fun to play around with is the he's a jerk but he's our jerk dynamic of the family that will fight tooth and nail, but then if somebody threatens the family, they are all ride or die, like
yeah. Oh, this is a good one. Nate mentions the All-American Son and the druggy super, the model sister. Sure. I'm thinking of. Honestly, the Umbrella Academy really does a great job playing.
Does a lot of that. Yeah,
it really does. Such a perfect dynamic. All of the different those kind of characters are there.
Yeah.
He's a jerk, but our jerk, and
Temp mentions the Runaways are a great example of that earlier sort of famous parents thing I talked about before, where their parents are all secretly supervillains, but they grew up all together since they were kids, and although they're not related, they have that family vibe because they've known each other all so long.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, someone remind me, where were Power Pack's parents?
The poor Doctor and Mrs. Power were like the sadly most duped people in the Marvel universe, much of the time, so far as it went. But they were around, but it was uh, Power Pack were kind of latchkey kids, honestly,
Yeah,
in a lot of
that's
ways.
kind of what I remember. Yeah.
So I get that vibe, of your parents were both working, and they were just like, don't burn the house down and be back before it gets dark.
Right.
You know,
Right. Yeah.
okay, mom, I'm off to fight supervillains. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at what's the better here. Does Hero High Revised Edition, or is the yearbook on par? Or I mean, is it? I'm just trying to think of the next
in terms of
our topic, and kind of being a.
I think both are applicable.
Okay,
yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Well, we'll
either one
do
really.
awesome. So we'll do the Hero High Revised Edition PDF, and that is holy smokes. That's a big PDF, and
It is.
it's real big. I'm not sure. Oops,
Oh, Troy, you're breaking up.
I don't think that's me.
Uh-oh.
Might be Alex, or we might be getting some feedback, but
Oh,
It's not me.
I will give. Here's what we'll do, friends. I'm putting you on notice, friends in chat. We're going
right.
to. I'm going to drop a code, and you want to head over to the Green Ronin online store, which is greenroninstore.com, and you're going to want to grab the Hero High Revised Edition PDF. You're going to want to use the code I'm pasting into chat. This ought to tweak some beans. Yeah, so use that
Yes.
code and you will get there are 3 chances, so you can only you only get 1. Each person gets 1, only 3. Use that code, and then and if it's you and if you get it, let us know in chat.
Congrats.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. And so let's see. What are some other elements of, is there, I guess there could be a lot of fun with the notion of the equal and also bad, or equal and
Yep.
bad,
The evil family, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that trope shows up. I mean, like the Savannah family, who are the arch enemies of the Shazam family, and are basically equal and opposite, or the Scions in second edition Freedom City, being sort of the evil superpowered kids who went up against the Atom family. Were similar examples so far as that goes.
Yeah.
Similar. You get the the Hero High and the Arcadian Academy. With the the supervillain school. And
It's
that's a
weird how
little
many
bit.
super family teams the Shazam family has to fight, because Black Adam has a family too.
Yep, they all do pretty much. It's kind of a thing.
The Mr. Mind family is much larger than everybody else's family.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Dustin was in there quick and got both of them. Nice.
Awesome. Congrats.
And Dustin, if this is your, it's your first time.
Well, I hope you're having a
nice.
really good first show.
Really nice. Wow. Awesome. Anybody else mention David? Use it.
Well, see, but using that code acknowledges that it's true. So.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. And now all we need is.
I realized what was wrong. My cell phone was in front of my microphone.
That was it. That was
I moved it to the other side of the chair.
Giving it some little interference. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, King Snarf asks, I thought most of the Black Adam family
They
died.
did, but I mean, in as much as anyone dies in the comics.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But yes, in 52, most of them died off because Black Adam can never be happy, and he always has to be really mad.
Please don't. I mean, this seems plausible, but also seems like a gag.
Bottle rocket.
Is that real?
No, it's not, but I'm thinking about it now.
Oh, funny. Hawkins says, sorry, I own all the Eminem books. And you know what? That's nothing to be sorry about. We're not sorry.
Right. We are appreciative of that.
Very appreciative.
And we're making more stuff for you to get.
That's right. More stuff coming down the pike. Nice. Yeah. Well, we'll try to think of a give. What's a giveaway? What do you give a Mutants and Masterminds fan?
What do you give to the Mutants and Masterminds fan who has everything?
Really? I mean, what do you do?
An evil Kryptonian plant that puts them in a nightmare hellscape that gives them everything they want.
Right.
Mongol trained me for this in the DC.
Right.
Movie.
I mean, for those of you in that situation, consider the possibility that you are in that hellscape right now.
Oh, it looks like okay, yeah. All the Moo Mammal family charges are out. So congrats to everybody there.
Awesome.
And it does look like there are 2 of the using code the world's only superhero TTRPG.
Michael, don't remind me. It's only 10 days.
I love that. Stan says when Black Adam smiles, his furthest relations start getting very nervous.
Yep. It's not going to end well for them.
You know, here's one of the things I also love about the whole family trope is where they live.
Yes. They have to have a cool house of some kind.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Fantastic Four's, what is that? Just a 4 building?
Well, it used to be the Baxter Building. These days it's 4 Freedoms Plaza. Although I think maybe back to the Baxter Building again. I don't know.
I mean, I just remember being so, I don't know why I hung on this one particular, but remember the blonde receptionist robot?
Yes.
I loved that little twist of, it was just very interesting. And it just kind of made you think about the fantastic, and honestly, really prescient kind of like, I mean, we could see that happening here very soon.
In our own timeline.
Right? Absolutely. Stan mentions that the Fantastic Four have had some really weird homes over the years.
They have.
Yeah, absolutely. And can't their building just sort of rocket off into space? Well,
it has gone into space, but not usually intentionally. It's usually Dr. Doom's fault when that happens.
Right.
But it has happened.
Yeah. Well, and what's cool about the homes of family of supers is that there's the training area. There's the, what the place where they go, like that isn't, it looks like a mess hall. It's not really it's sort of a cafeteria of sorts. All of the interesting gadgets and gizmos and things. But also they do have kind of the coolest vehicle.
Oh, the Fantastic Car.
Yes.
Yes.
I really love that. Now, and the X-Men have the... Go ahead.
Troy, I need you to know that Claude wins the name of the Fantastic Four's house. It should be called the Fortress.
Yes.
Which I know Troy is down with. So.
I absolutely am.
Yeah.
Give it my love for Fordham City.
The king of Fordham City.
I love it. Reed and Sue once bought a subterranean bungalow in Connecticut. Is that true? But it turned out to be a timeshare with the Mole Man.
And of course, they've had an interdimensional brownstone that was bigger on the inside than the outside.
Yeah.
They also spend a lot of time these days hanging out at the Thing's Aunt Petunia's place in Arizona.
Now, say that one more. They're in. Yeah. Now, I love, if I remember, and I hope it's the same character. Thing's wife, was she blind?
Yes, Alicia Masters.
Loved her
as a character. A blind sculptor.
Yes, right. That's right.
And the adopted daughter of the puppet master. Talk about having somebody your father-in-law.
Yeah, absolutely problematic.
Yep.
That is great. Yeah.
And the Thing and Alicia's adopted kids are aliens. So
Oh, are they really? That's
Yep.
that's great. Yeah.
Our comic book's grand.
I know they are. They're amazing. Or
Absolutely.
fantastic, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, sure.
They're fantastic, yeah.
Yeah.
Clang did mention the Anipada family from Valiant.
Yep, from Valiant.
Yeah. I was sorry, I meant to point that out. Yes.
They lived very different lives with the Time Walker, the Eternal Warrior, and Armstrong from Archer and Armstrong.
Yep, to be sure.
Oh yeah, Clang also mentions the Summers.
The Summers family. Yeah, there's a twisted family tree for you.
Right? Yeah. And Clang's like, I love them, and Michael's like, I hate them. Wouldn't be chat.
The Summers do one of my favorite family tropes, which is my descendants come back to cause problems for me, or my ancestors come back.
Or my ancestors, or both. Yeah.
Or the I didn't want to abandon my kid, but I had to send him to the future to save his life. Poor Cyclops.
Also happened with the Fantastic Four for a while, where Reed's time traveling dad, abducts Franklin, and adult Franklin comes back, from growing up on another timeline.
I'm just investigating. So SC Pilot says the code doesn't work, but I know it does because I see someone has worked it.
Someone has worked it, so it must.
Yeah, I'll paste it in here once more. It might be. Make sure that you're pulling the Hero High revised edition. You might be, pulling a different.
That could be.
Yeah, double check that one.
Because there are at least two.
Yeah. Okay, so Prof Purge.
Yep.
Talks about Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Were they the only?
Well, Polaris also.
That's right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Magneto's daughter. And whether or not Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are Magneto's biological or adopted kids depends on who's licensing what from Marvel on any given week. So far as that goes.
Yeah. We did talk about like the family concept. At least in this discussion, it extends maybe a little more than siblings, but yeah, they were definitely. And what a great juxtaposition they were, like the super smart guy,
right? Brain and brawn,
right. Have we talked about bloodline type heroes? Rebel Moose?
I mean, all kinds of legacy heroes as far as that goes in terms of characters who are descendants of heroes or families that pass down superpowers or superpowered identities or those kinds of things.
Is it still a family if you're reincarnating throughout the ages, like the Scarab or like the Hawk family?
Some would say.
Just for the chat's edification, there are still 2 charges left on the world's only superhero TTRPG.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
but statting up a bloodline family in M&M would be super easy. That's really just a benefit advantage. And it's up to your GM when it's applicable and what kind of bonuses you get for it.
Right. Now, is there a danger when, as a GM, when you are managing this family relationship that, it feels like there's some barrier to, from the getting real dark, death and that kind of stuff. I mean, I guess really ultimately there's not, but I mean, you probably want to have a chat with folks.
Well, family dynamics can be fraught. So it's always good to, take time during session 0, especially if you're planning on featuring family dynamics in your game, to say, hey, do we have any concerns with that as far as that goes? Are there family dynamics we need to stay away from or that we need to handle more carefully? Especially because you don't know what everybody's bringing to the table. And we've all got our family baggage of one sort or another. So, it's important to acknowledge that. And as always, keep in mind, we're doing this for fun.
Absolutely.
And, it's not group therapy. So,
it's not trauma dumping.
Right.
Unless that's what everybody wants.
Unless that's what they've signed up for.
Unless everybody considers that fun, then, by all means.
Yeah.
But,
Now, Mystique is an interesting one to bring up. Dramadork talked about Professor X and Mystique growing up together. Yeah,
that is in fact mostly a movie thing.
Yeah. But Mystique has
an interesting family dynamic of her own.
That's right. Yeah, she's the mother of one Nightcrawler.
Well, she is Nightcrawler's biological mother.
Yeah,
she is Rogue's adopted mother.
Right. Yeah.
Which of course makes Rogue and Nightcrawler adopted siblings after a fashion, in spite of the fact they didn't actually grow up together.
Right.
So there's a whole interesting dynamic there.
Do they talk about who Nightcrawler's dad was?
Well, interestingly enough, technically speaking, Mystique is Nightcrawler's dad.
I see.
And Destiny is his mother.
Aren't comic books grand?
Because Mystique is a shapeshifter.
That's right. I see. Very interesting. Okay, and I didn't know that. I love Mystique.
That was recently established as canon. It's been widely sort of accepted as headcanon for decades, but Marvel finally made it official.
Yeah, absolutely great. Interesting. Destin mentions I'm part of a Greek superhero group. We're all descendants of the various deities, and we were template.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a great way.
The Greek gods are a great model for a messy, superpowered family. As far as that
Johnny
goes.
Quest.
Yep. Also a classic family model.
Yeah, that's kind of the rich dad and the. Well, what is the? Yeah, I mean,
the rich dad, his very good friend who is surely platonic. Surely.
Exactly.
Because this is a children's cartoon.
That's right.
And they were roommates.
Yeah, so they were roommates.
Bachelor roommates, also.
Yep.
Confirmed even.
Yes, Michael. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know what's cool about playing with the Greek gods in Freedom City, though? Daedalus is the black sheep of that family.
That's right.
Yeah, in some regards.
That's right. Let's see here. The Secret Saturdays. I've heard this mentioned. I've heard this mentioned a couple of times, and I'm not super familiar.
They're an incredible style family who deal mostly with weird cryptid stuff. It was a cartoon on, easily 10, 20 years ago now, I think. But what is even time? The 90s were only 10 years ago. So.
Wow. Yeah.
Every radio program says so.
Right.
Interesting question from Stan. Speaking of Nightcrawler, how did they ever resolve the Margali of the Winding
Road? So, as I understand it, and I'm sure there are better experts than me who probably know more, but that Margali Zardos was Nightcrawler's adopted mother. She was part of the sort of circus family that took him in. And her daughter is oddly Nightcrawler's sort of adopted sister and also girlfriend.
That's another trope for family things that happens all the time.
Yeah,
Umbrella Academy did that. The Flash TV show did that.
Yeah.
So there's that, and of course she's also secretly a powerful sorceress and whatnot, because who isn't?
Oh yeah. I'm not familiar with this myself, but Bionic 6 has been mentioned a couple times. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely, and I think that they, in some incarnations they're actually robots, and others they're bionic, and and following that in the chat. Raymond Stegman, yes, I think you were the first. You get the prize of acknowledgement. Let's see. Oh, the Almighty Johnsons.
Oh yeah. Isn't that the show that is about the Norse gods?
Yeah, that,
if I remember correctly.
Well,
it also has a weird family dynamic.
Drama dork.
Drama Dork and I are on the same page.
Yeah, seriously, I'm gonna need people to stop kissing their adopted siblings, right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Ben 10, is that a family dynamic?
Yeah, it's Ben, his sister, their grandfather.
Oh, sure. I like that.
So yeah,
cartoon.
there's definitely some family dynamic going on there.
Hang, I'm not even gonna acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay. Oh no, it's almost time for the show to be over.
I know, right?
At least this portion of it, friends. Of course, we're going to move into what's in the tank, and we're going to talk about the atomic think tank and all kinds of good stuff. But we could have talked about this for another hour. But instead, how about we do this? Steve, what's going on in the Steve Kinson cinematic universe?
Well, as I imagine Alex will also say, we are getting ready for Gen Con, which is going to be upon us all too soon. So it is all about prepping for that, getting stuff ready to go. We've got the Origin Edition playtest for M&M4 that is going to be available to the public on the week of Gen Con. So folks can keep a watch on greenrooney.com. And in fact, you can see another small preview of it up on the website today. I wrote a short article about that, and there's a look at one of the archetypes. And folks will get a full look at the whole thing in a week and a half. And that's pretty much where all our attention is right now.
That's right. And then, if you're going to be at Gen Con, you're going to want to stop by the booth because you want to get your hands on that. And you also want to stop by the panel, which is going to be on, I believe, Friday. That's right, Friday.
Yep.
And that's 4 p.m. Eastern. And it's going to be in the exact hall. I'm forgetting, but I have a video here in a minute. I'll play. But it's like horse stall 5 in the something. I don't know.
I think it's the Crown Hayes Plaza, maybe?
That's right. Crown Hayes Plaza, Hay 5, Hay Bale 5 or something.
Sure.
Yeah, something like that. But you're absolutely right, Alex. And it's free, by the way. So, we want people to register, but if you just happen to wander in, we're not going to kick you out. Let's see. I know, right? I know Stan says Origin Edition of Gen Con. Yeah, it's the Origin Edition to the mount of the mount for the
right.
Issue 0. Let's see. Friday, 4 p.m. It's not Central. It's Eastern, I thought. Isn't it Eastern? Is it Central?
It is Eastern.
It's Eastern. Time. Indianapolis is Eastern time, believe it or not.
Let's stop trying to help when it's not helpful. Alex, what are you up to?
Well, I broke my foot, everybody, the week before Gen Con. So mostly healing and working on getting my Gen Con stuff ready. I've got a couple of cool projects in the works for after Gen Con. But other than that, just all Gen Con prep all the time.
The interesting question from our friend. I'm going to absolutely butcher the full name if I say it, but I'll say CO. Talks about how will M&M riff off the successful facets of the D616 RPG.
You're going to have to take a look at the playtest edition and tell me if you think we have.
Yeah, absolutely.
And either that, or you're going to have to tell me what you think the successful facets are that we should be riffing off of.
Yeah, or even what it is. I don't know what that is.
That's the Marvel multiverse.
Oh, right. I don't know anything about that in this universe.
Well, it's a multiverse game. It's in a different universe.
Fair enough. I tend to stick to one verse. Alex, I'm sorry your foot's broken. I'm really looking forward to Gen Con. We had a great actual play yesterday from Nate Dogg. Big Nate.
Yeah.
GM'd his first Mutants Masterminds on stream experience and did a fantastic job, of course, in preparation for his stuff that's going on. We got all kinds of games and things happening.
Awesome.
The Gen Con schedule. But how about I let you guys go and then we'll jump into what's in the tank.
All right,
my friends. Have a fantastic day, and we will talk to you soon.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye. All right, friends. Now remember, you're going to want to get into the Atomic Think Tank. You just go to atomicthinktank.com. You'll sign up. You will have 3 questions. Very simple. I think 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the last one is basically just, do you agree not to be a jerk? So it's really 2.5. But we have all kinds of stuff. Really, there's so much going on in the world. Hold on, I'm almost there. There we go. So yeah, we've got Gen Con. We are very close to Gen Con. We're all doing all the backup stuff, but we're going to continue to kind of party. You know what? I think that so this Thursday, today is the 21st. Yeah, so we have this Thursday, and then at 5 p.m. we have Get Tanked with Troy. That's hanging out with me. And we just have fun. We talk about all kinds of cool stuff. It's really a blast. And then we'll have, of course, that'll be after Third Stage. The last Mumamo of the month, that's on the 28th. And then it's off the Gen Con, and we'll be pretty darn busy. And so don't expect to see anything cooking on Thursday because of all that good stuff. What else do we have? We've got some good Mutants Masterminds streams. Today is the release for the Golden Squad podcast. You're going to want to check that out. Book of the Eclipse tomorrow, the 22nd. And then Super Shenanigans back again with Claude, I believe, installed as the GM. And super, super fun. Now we're going to get into what's in the tank, but first I have a little something that I'm going to play. I do want to thank everybody that hung out with me at our office hours to give me some feedback on this. But here we go. I'll play right now. Well, at least I thought that was going to play. Come on, buddy. Well, there we go. I don't know why that looked weird on my end. Hey, you might hear some word about the Cape and Cal Club. It is a group of folks on the think tank. Everything that we're going to talk about here in a minute with our friend Devious is free. But the Cape and Cal Club is a membership group where you can, for $8 a month, get all access to all kinds of stuff. I am absolutely the latest right now, where I'm going to dump just a big fat stack of stat blocks for everybody in the Cape and Cal Club. You can pay. Honestly, I think I got it set up right now so that you can have 1 month for free. But you can pay for the year, or you could pay month to month. It is your choice. But you get access to all kinds of things, not the least of which is the Pinewood Project, which is what I wanted to do was have a opportunity for folks who, with the love that they have for Mutants Masterminds, to sit down and get some expert sort of tutelage on how to create a TTRPG and to get the real experience. And so Alex and Steve hang out and they share their expertise, and what started as sort of a fun idea has now developed into really a setting. It's really great. And everybody gets an opportunity to design a bit of it and to help guide along the evolution of the game. Super fun. I definitely dig it. You know who else is super fun? Devious Hearts. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Howdy. How's it going, sir?
Good. Oh, these transitions are slow as molasses today. It's
No
time.
worries.
It's time for us to talk about what's in ye olden time tank.
What is in ye olden time? Well, I can tell you what's in the new, cool, and happening tank. I don't know what's going on in the old. I mean, I'm not a history buff, but
Well,
the new and happening tank.
People might be listening for the very first time. What are we talking about?
We're talking about the atomic think tank, and what that is it's first of all it's the Green Ronin official website for all their games, of which Mutants and Masterminds is one, the third edition, and of course now the new fourth edition that's going on. It is a great place to meet up with people who play games that Green Ronin publishes. We have a great place to read articles called the Freedom City Library, articles about Mutants and Masterminds. Also, there's a great place to read up on stat blocks that all the different players out there are sharing about the different heroes they have, the villains, the HQs, the vehicles. So a lot of good stuff in there, and it's just waiting for you free of charge. You just have to join. That's all.
Absolutely. You got to join, and this is focused on, of course, because of the conversation of Mutants and Masterminds, but it does cover the whole gamut of Green Ronin products. But it's really our community hub, place for you to come in and you know what? No shenanigans. I mean, there's the superhero shenanigans, and those are lovely. But there's no. It is a place of fun, of mirth. No rancor or crankiness. Like, we all come in with just a good attitude. It's really fun, and it's stayed that way for some time now. We are, a knock on wood, have not run into any real problems around that. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of everybody that is contributing. And so if you're worried about stress or strain or any sort of trauma from the past, it doesn't exist here. This is a different vibe, all meant for collective sort of fun making and
drama free for you and me.
That's right. And so Devious and I, we do the What's in the Tank section of the Mutants and Masterminds Monday, so we can kind of dig in and do some recognition and talk about stuff that's cooking. And so take it away, my friend.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, the big news, of course, Mutants Masterminds 4th edition has been announced. Also, recently, there was the BAMF podcast. It was just last night.
It was fun.
Where both Steve and Alex discussed 4th edition coming up, along with Jacob Blackman and Mike Lafferty, the host of the BAMF podcast. It was great listening to them, but I had to kind of switch between listening to them talk about it and the game I was playing.
That's
the
right,
actual play last night with Nate Robbins. Big Nate ran us through an actual play of whatever happened next gen. Great game. Thanks very much, Nate, for running it. The articles that are in the tank this last week, I did another one of my It Came From Reddit, where basically somebody asked a question on Reddit and I go, you know what? I think this is a good question to ask. I think there's an opportunity here for me to share some of my knowledge and hopefully work through it. For this, it's does a character immune to suffocation get affected by normal poisonous gas? And basically, I got into the difference between the immunities that you could have. You can have immunity to suffocation and immunity to poison. Immunity to poison would cover both, but if you have an immunity to suffocation, if you know to hold your breath, you should be fine unless it's something called a percutaneous gas. And I'll let you read more on that. But also, Big Nate put up a fans questions on the Origin edition. So if you want to ask questions, it's a good place to ask there. Basically, that way it'll be filled. But of course, most of those questions are going to be answered
by official Green Ronin peeps. Yeah.
That is right.
That's right. Because anybody who has been participating in it in the past has signed an NDA about their experience.
Yes, and it's killing me. I feel like Tom Holland in the Marvel Universe. It's kind of, so I'm conjecturing on this. I can't tell you whether that's, so I'm just making stuff.
Right.
Oh yeah, the new gravy base.
And let me just share this real quick, just for the benefit of all, is the reason why the NDA is in place for folks who have, is that we want to hear people who play Mutants and Masterminds, they are a passionate group of people with opinion, and it's very, very strong opinion. And while I love that in most circumstances, what I really love is for new people who are experiencing it for the first time, for them to be able to have that experience as their authentic selves and not filtered through the experience of someone who's already done it. And so it's really important for the dynamic of the playtest that, folks, if you got a strong opinion and you shared it with us, your work here is done. And then, all the other good stuff as well. And plus, nobody likes a big bloviating blowhard. So,
they don't like me.
Oh no, they love you, but you're not. You're a blow mid. No, that sounds horrible.
What?
You're a blow lightly.
There we go. I'm Holly Golightly.
Anyway,
lightly. I love Audrey Hepburn. She's delightful. Anyway, the next thing I was going to go over is the Aegis files. I keep saying Aegis. It's Aegis. My bad.
Yeah. No.
Yes, I keep saying also Green Ronin when it's Green Ronin, but that's just me. I'm weird.
Right. No, it's
we've got Martin and Laurie Allen Dill by Chris Davies. Got also, Matt Mabry and Chris Davies always plugging in, but we've got a brand new contribution by TB with Roger M. Threep, aka the Daring Dark.
Cool.
Absolutely. So great thing to check out there. Love the fact he's got a PDF in there of the carry. Thanks, TB. Welcome to the tank. The upcoming events, of course, we have, this coming up. This Tuesday, tomorrow. It's not coming up anymore. We're in it. We're in it now.
We're in it.
It's palm olive. You're soaking in it.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, we've got tomorrow, Tuesday, the finale of Book of the Eclipse, the superhero shenanigans story. It's happening in canon. So this is happening in the superhero shenanigans universe. We've got Game Master Sam. Xtel is coming on in for this game. And Jackie, Kate, Grant, Natasha, all present for this wonderful game that Sam has put together. Definitely worth a watch. And if you didn't get enough of them on Tuesday, guess what? You're going to get another chance to see Superhero Shenanigans on Wednesday, the 23rd. We're going to have Claude back in the GM seat. And the game will be Shannon, Jackie, Yuri, Grant, and Natasha. A great game to check out. Wonderful folks. Definitely give them a look at. And of course, this upcoming Thursday, after Thursday,
1 hour
office hours.
That's right.
1 hour after. Should be 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, or for those in the Central Time Zone, 7.
Whatever time that is. Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, and you got to join, even if it's just once. Come hang out in the tank, and we talk. It's actually a Zoom call. And so, and sometimes I'm even on camera, but oftentimes I'm also doing something in the background, like eating or, but it's a great meeting. It's fun. So many interesting spinoffs and opportunities kind of come as a result of the conversations we have there. And really, here's the deal. You get there and maybe you got something that is on your mind. You just want to, or you want to say, Troy, remember we talked about this? Or you just want a moment to just have an audience. We kind of start with a general kind of who's got something they want to share, and various people will go, and you just raise your hand, and then towards the end we careen into who knows where. I mean, we've been everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as far as topics go, all over the place. So it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. We talk a lot just about ideas and thoughts, and basically, way to talk to the man himself, Troy, about what's going on with Green Ronin.
By the way, questions and all that good stuff. Yes.
Yeah. By the way, also just today, Steve put up an article. I provided a link in the tank, but it's at the Green Ronin website. There you'll actually see the cover of the 4th edition, and he put in Nyx the Witch Queen, and this is the basically a new 4th edition version of the character. So if you want to take a preview, you can get on over to the Green Ronin website. And if you need the link, I have put it in the Mutants and Masterminds Commons directly above What's in the Tank article. You can just go there, click on the link, and get right to it.
It's really sweet. It's basically a remastering of a character, somebody who was very thoughtfully and kindly. It was a great read, but they had just talked about their experiences with 1st and 2nd edition, I believe, Mutants Masterminds, and so Steve just converted his character over as a thank you, as sort of a as a recognition of what a thoughtful article it was. So yeah, go check that out.
Absolutely.
And to get that link, all you need to do is go to, one moment, please. greenronin.com. Just go there and you will see it. Click it here or drop it here in chat. But get there and check it out. You will find it. You don't have to go through all of the other links. But I think that's it. Do we have more to touch on, my friend?
I think I'm done. Are you done?
Am I ever done? I don't think we're ever done. But I feel like
I think you're well done.
Well done and rare.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Yes. Well done to you, my friend. Thank you for compiling all the good stuff that's happening in the tank. And again, I want to remind everyone of Gen Con. It's coming, and come and say hello. If you come up and you say, "Hey, I am a fan of your of Mumamo," I will give you a hearty handshake. Or maybe a high five, or maybe a fist bump. I'm trying to work out my convention etiquette, because I used to just full mouth kisses, but I guess that's not the thing we do anymore.
They were pretty sloppy too.
I'm just saying, it just seemed like the nice thing, like it just was a welcoming way of saying, I see you, stranger.
Very enthusiastic, though. Very enthusiastic.
Yes, energetic.
Yes, there you go.
I'm kidding.
So,
yeah, I think we're done, my friend. I can't wait for Gen Con. I'm looking forward to the rest of this week as well. We got lots of cool things, including Thursday that's coming up this Thursday, where we talk about all things Adventure Game Engine. And we are building a, we're not quite sure yet. It's going to be a battle map. Now it's a setting. Who knows? But we'll be hanging out with Ren and Duke and Purple, and it will be so fun. Oh yeah, Duke. If I see you, you get a hug. I hug you in half. But yeah, I think that is.
Well, kind of have to come all the way from Germany, so that'd be a pretty mean feat.
He's done that
definitely.
Before.
Well, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, he's done that before. I mean, there is the technology. Devious, thank you again. You have something more?
I just want to say, get in the tank and get in the grad. Come on over, talk with us, and see what there is to see.
That's right. Thank you for mentioning that. And I believe that I have this. No, is it this? Nope. Is it this? Nope. Is it this? Nope. Is it this? Nope. Where is it? I thought I had it. I thought I had it up, but I don't. I'm trying not to cough into the microphone. Yeah, join the grad. Dear. It was the Green Ronin all ages Discord. Now it's the Atomic Assembly. Notice it.
Green Ronin Atomic Assembly Discord.
That's right. Yeah. Join the grad. It's it's now officially part of the family. It's always been part of the family. I mean, more chosen family now. We've made it. We've retconned it, and we're blood relatives now. So yeah, join in. I believe Duke is dropping a link in the chat.
Stan says it's a hug for the ears.
It's a hug for the ears, indeed. Sorry. Well, I'm gonna sign off before I choke to death. But thank you all for listening, chat. You are phenomenal as usual. Congrats to everybody with who got the free PDFs, and we'll be doing more of that in the future. But for now, I think we say goodbye.